giving out gifts to everybody.
I'm trying to tell you.
This was a rematch of a game early in the season that was a shootout in Atlanta. They went back and forth, went into overtime, and the Saints had to win it in overtime. This was really no contest. It was one-sided pretty much the whole way. Drew Brees threw for less than 200 yards, but had 4 touchdowns in the game.
Yeah. Well,
and the Saints are 10-1.
That's what's special about the Saints right now. They can beat you in a lot of different ways. They can beat you running the football. They obviously can beat you with Drew Brees, but they're running the football a lot more. Even when we won the year we won the Super Bowl, they're running it 47% of the time. When we won the Super Bowl, we were running the ball 45% of the time. So what that says to me is that it's less hits for Drew Brees, and they're not relying on him to have to win them football games every time they play, which only makes them that much more dangerous.
You know what else they're doing or did tonight? Forcing turnovers, right? We weren't seeing that from this defense earlier in the season. That makes them a lot scarier down the stretch, Will.
And it was huge when they got Ingram back, too. I didn't mean to go back to the offense, but I want to back up what you said. At the beginning of the year, they were doing well. And then when they got Ingram back, that just made it huge. But just playing in that dome, it is crazy. I went down there twice, and they hung up 50 on us when I went down there.
That's what we do. When you come to our crib, we hang 50 on you.
It's scary.
Okay, in what way?
In what way?
I don't know what it is. When I was in New York and we were in the playoffs in 2011, we were watching that Saints game when y'all were playing San Fran, and we were praying the Niners won, because if we went to New Orleans, we know it was a wrap for us. I would have no ring.
Just because it's loud, or like help me understand what's different.
Him? I played there.
But Willie, exactly.
I don't know.
You weren't on the other side.
They were rude to my wife. They were just. It was crazy. They're right on you. The stands is like right behind your back. I don't know, man.
Listen, the pressure that they were getting on Matt Ryan today, it was tough for him. And also, they were getting in the throwing lanes. They had their hands up on some of those tip passes. They've just been doing a great job as of late at just creating havoc for quarterbacks.
Just playing as a whole team. I'm sure Monday night had a lot to do with it. Everyone was talking about the Chiefs and the Rams. And so the Saints were like, dude, we're the best team right here.
By the way, Drew Brees and Sean Payton going to the podium shortly. You'll see that live here on NFL Network. Dan Quinn and Matt Ryan as well.
You mentioned the Monday night game between the Chiefs and the Rams. There were 14 touchdowns in that. We saw 15. Oh, I'm sorry. I think that last touchdown made it 16. 16 touchdowns total in 3 games today. That's how that's how crazy that Monday night game was in terms of perspective.
Wait, back to the question that Lindsay posed a minute ago. When you guys won the Super Bowl with the Saints, it was offense, and Drew Brees and everything, but the defense came up with big plays and was able to end drives and change games with turnovers, and we're seeing that out of the Saints in the last couple of games.
You're 100% correct, because our defense, and the year we won the Super Bowl, our defense was good. But they got a lot of turnovers, and we capitalized off of those turnovers. And you're seeing a very similar Saints team to the team that we won the Super Bowl with in 2009, getting turnovers, getting pressure on the quarterback like this one right here, putting their hands up in the throwing lanes and just making it ugly for the quarterback all day long.
This one,
and then this hit right here.
Falcons fan, you hate it, but
exactly.
It's a pretty looking shot.
This is the identity right here.
That's the Saints' identity right there, all in one play, and it just makes them tough to deal with. And again, when you go to the Saints Stadium, when you go to that dome, it is loud and it is tough to win football games there.
Scott, that Julio shot was not the only thing that Falcons fans hated tonight. There was a lot to dislike about this performance, which I cannot figure out. I can't figure out what's going on with this team. Well, what is it? The run game, I don't understand.
Yeah. Well,
Matt Ryan was your leading rusher tonight.
You have to at least attempt to run the football. Even if you're not getting 4 yards a carry, you have to at least attempt to run the football, just to give the illusion to the defense, like, hey, we're not just going to drop back and throw the football every time. We know you have Matt Ryan. We know you have Julio Jones, and Calvin Ridley is emerging as a superstar. But at the same time, you need a balanced attack. And the Saints have the #1 rush defense. So really what the Saints did to the Atlanta Falcons today was they made them one-dimensional. And once they got them into that place where they wanted them, then they started getting turnovers. They started getting pressure on Matt Ryan, and it just made it tough for him all day.
Yeah, I'm just confused about this team in general. I mean, they have all the ingredients you need to have a successful offense, and it's just confusing and it's frustrating. And I just don't understand. You know, they should be way more explosive, way more multidimensional. I mean, right now you watch Julio; they only have him running either a quick screen, or he's running a dig, or he's running the seam. He's running the same routes. Like, mix it up with him.
In that goal line, the goal line stance they had 4 opportunities to throw the football to Julio Jones. Not once did they even try to go to him. I know Calvin Ridley ended up scoring a touchdown, but you got to at least try to go to Julio.
All right, well, that's the Falcons story here. The Saints story is this. They started the week pretty much unanimous in terms of #1 in the NFL in people's power rankings. I don't think anyone's going to change their mind after the performance we just saw there. The standings agree as well. Both they and the Rams are 10-1, but New Orleans has the head-to-head tiebreaker after their win in New Orleans a couple weeks ago against LA. So that's your NFC playoff picture. More on this game coming up in just a little bit. Drew Brees on a play where maybe there could have been a penalty called on the defense, but it still counts as an interception. But still a stellar 112 passer rating for probably the leading candidate for the MVP race here on Thanksgiving right now, and it's the winning coach, Sean Payton, head coach of the NFC leading Los Angeles Rams, or the New Orleans Saints.
First thing, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. You know, obviously when you play on this day and you play the night game, it's not like you have that full day at all I mean, you're really getting ready for the game. But I was proud of how our guys played. Obviously the turnovers were significant, the rushing numbers, all the things that, you know, that lead to winning or keep you from winning, I felt were on display tonight. Proud of our defense, thought we ran the ball well, and it was a good win, good division win. Any questions? Yeah, it's good news. We played some good offenses. Cincinnati's good offense. Shoot, the Eagles are a good offense. I feel like we're playing a complementary game relative to time of possession, third downs, all of those things, and tonight was no different. Man, you know, a lot of it's effort and belief. We had 4 of them, so, you know, one right down on the half-yard line. Not getting ready to rank. Nope. Go ahead, Ed. Is it the what? We'll see. Next question. Look, it certainly helps when you can hold an opponent to 20-some yards. You know, it helps. You know, when you know what's coming if they're one-dimensional, and that was the case tonight. Well, look, I think it's a good question. I think that we're constantly talking about, you know, improvement or going the other way, and I think you can think it and you can want it and hope for it, but you have to at some point demonstrate it. And when you do that, then there's actual moments where you can see a young player gain confidence because of maybe he covered a kick a right way, or maybe he fit the run the right way, and then he believes he can do it, and he starts doing it over and over again. But I think that we're playing better, and we've still got work to do, but that's encouraging.
A couple weeks ago, you were saying that the red zone defense was a concern of yours, and then I think tonight you had 3 turnovers in the red zone. So
yeah, that was significant. I thought just holding them to a field goal after our turnover was a big possession.
What do you think it says about this group tonight that 4 undrafted guys have touchdowns?
I don't know. I didn't realize that. I don't think we really pay attention to it. We're focused on the opponent and the plan, who's healthy, how we're going to get guys involved. What are the things that they do well, and let's ask them to do those things. And I think obviously Drew is someone who's very confident, in the preparation and confident in the players around him. There's a lot that goes into that, and all of a sudden you have a few big plays like we had tonight.
Don't see him slowing down anytime
at all.
Don't ask that man to rank his wins
one-dimensional
or anything
too.
else
He
like
just
that.
literally just proved my point.
Okay.
Talking about making the Falcons one-dimensional. That was important.
an interesting acknowledgement.
I know. My point.
No, listen. I got a little dirt right there. You can get that off?
Get out of here.
Wow. It's a holiday. We're just getting a little loose right here.
Man. You know, it's Thanksgiving.
We still have a couple more games to talk about, though, because all three of the games on